Alrighty, so we're gonna do another studio mate, another studio mate in another state. I'm back to working on this guy. What I've been doing are the starfish. I've been doing more like the rough beginning stages of finishing the starfish or working on the starfish. I had originally just laid down their shapes and then changed their colors as I went along. But now I've been putting in the little dotty things and working on those. This has been tedious, and I got really bored. And so I put on Breaking Bad last night. I've been working on this for a couple of days, but put on and other paintings, but I put on Breaking Bad last night and started binge watching it so that I kind of keep focused. I just finished Dexter, all of Dexter. And I thought it was terrible the first go around, and honestly, binge watching it the second time, I was like, why am I watching this through several of the shows? But I'm glad I finished it. I did like the way it ended, even though I gave up before. I did like the way it ended, so I binge watched that to keep myself on track, and now I'm starting Breaking Bad again because it is one of the best television shows ever created in the history of television. It is awesome. Aaron Paul, everything Jesse goes through, oh God, how he grows and changes, and the same with Walter. It's just, Mr. White, Biatches. It's just a phenomenal show, the intricacies, and then of course Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is really, I love that show. Oh my God. Anywho, you can hear Brian in the background mowing again, but I'm on the other side of the house, so it's not quite as loud. You can hear the kids at the elementary school in back of me playing. You'll hear that. And then we have something new. As we know, Bugsy is gone, although he's with us in the studio all the time. Okay, I'm gonna cry. Bugsy is gone. So I've been living with my cat, and I haven't been his greatest fan, and he's not a fan of mine either, or he wasn't. But the other day he snuck out of the house twice. I can't even figure out how he got out, but he got out twice, and then the other day he got out again, and I was just like, I gave up. 10 years of fighting this, I just opened up the doors and I said, go outside. And he's been pretty good. It has brought us closer. He's actually a pretty good roommate to have, pretty good pal. He was staying around the house, but now he's been venturing down the street to another neighbor whose yard is far more interesting than mine and has like an owl nest in one of the trees. So one of the neighbors Brian actually, has been keeping an eye on him, and he's like, Beck, he's 2 doors up, so I have to go down and get him. He wanders over to Brian's house and antagonizes his cat, and they think it's funny, so we're good. He is out front currently, and I have to keep an eye on him. I don't want him going too far, because I do, as much as we we're frenemies, it's still my responsibility to keep him safe and alive. So I just checked on him out front. I'm going to check on him, check on him every few minutes, make sure I know where he is. I may disappear, which means I've wandered up the street to bring him home. But so far it's been working out really great. And he's sleeping all night, like solidly sleeping. And he's not meowing at me angrily all day long. I'm so relieved because I didn't want him to live out his life bored, the rest of his life bored and just trapped here. So hopefully, well, we're gonna make it work the way we make it work. Let's put it that way. So I'm gonna go check on him, then I'm gonna come back and check on the starfish, or tackle the starfish. And then I've got a mermaid where I've been repositioning her face. I thought we were pretty good. I worked on her the other day. I thought we were pretty good coming into a close. And then I moved her down a little bit, again, and across the room, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then there was something that hit me. Her face was all off, the angles. So I'm reworking her too. And then that'll be the end of this particular special project I've been working on. The owner of the company asked for 3 or 4 examples. The general manager asked for 6 to 8. So of course I did more. I did 9. And this is one of the larger ones. But I'm gonna get to work on this. I'm gonna put in my my earbuds and listen to my favorite radio show, Boston Public Radio. And we're just gonna do Studio Mate in another state. And I'm so sorry, I forgot. Totally forgot to do this. Hi, I'm Beck Lane, and this is Studio 120, and we're going to do a Studio Mate in another state, where, there we go, where we're working side by side, you in your studio, mine and mine, but it's perfect, because I don't owe you rent, and I don't make a mess on your side of the studio. It's also perfect for people who have always wanted to visit an artist studio, but never felt comfortable. This is completely relaxed. There's no anxiety involved, and there's no like judgment. You're not good enough to be here. And the best part is, I'm not like shaking like a poodle because in the rain, or a chihuahua in the rain because somebody's in my studio and I now can't think. It's perfect all the way around for everyone. There are several different ways that you can help support Studio 120. Patreon. You can send one-time tips, which we've covered in other videos, and all the links for those are down below every other video. But here is, I just made my sign. Look at how professional this is. I made a sign with 2 of my galleries on it. Blue Egg Interiors Gallery, they're in Fort Lauderdale. He has a 508 area code because you're calling Jay's cell phone. But Blue Egg Interiors, and then Chasen. I forgot the N. I do that when I'm writing signs, and I did it for a living for a while, and we forget letters. But Chasen Gallery, they're here in Sarasota. So if you're interested in getting a commission done, if you're interested in any of my work, if you want to ask questions about pricing, shipping, whatever, give either Jay at Blue Egg Interiors, 508-360-6218 a call, or Mark and Andrew at Chasen Galleries, 941-260-5787. Everybody's fantastic. If you want to ask about a payment plan, if you just want to look into things, if you just want to test the waters to find out what it would be to have a painting of mine, please feel free to give them a call, okay? I'm going to go check on my cat, though, and I'll be right back. All right, he's wandered off, but I can't control it because I brought him back here several times yesterday, and he just wanders off again. He will come back though, it's gonna rain. So let me let my neighbor know. And then we'll get to work. Then we'll just get to work. I hope you have a really good project today. If not, just sit on the couch and watch, literally watch paint dry. Hey, Taylor. If you see a tiger cat in your yard, in your front yard, okay, long story, but after 10 years, I've lost the fight. He is now an indoor-outdoor cat. Oh, good, he responded. Taylor has this great garden out in front of his house with like all these fantastic plants. Well, I thought I heard him. It's shaded and comfy and there's stuff there, so. So now instead of walking Bugsy, I'm spending half my day monitoring my cat. I'm just going to send him a picture of my cat. He's just a basic tiger cat. All right, half the neighborhood knows now, so they'll just keep an eye out for him. All right, I'm putting on WGBH in Boston. You put on whatever you like. And off we go. We're going to get to work in a sec. Oh, I gotta get a paper towel. I'm sweating. Sweating as much here as I did out in the garage. I'm out in my sunroom once again, working out in the sunroom. The light is so much better. It's really improved my mood. And now having the cat sometimes stay in the yard has actually gotten me outside, which is just unbelievable. But we're going to do this one more time on Beck Lane. This is Studio 120. We're doing studio mate in another state. And if you'd like information on buying my paintings or just asking, you just want to do an inquiry, you can call Jay at Blue Egg Interiors now in Fort Lauderdale, or Chasen Galleries here in Sarasota. You can give them a call. You can get to them through Facebook, Instagram. They answer right away. If you have any questions about my artwork, please feel free. Okay? They're really easy to work with. Great guys. And like I said, we do payment plans. So let me get GBH back on. And we're going to work for about an hour, then we'll take a break. I still don't see my cat, but can't do anything about Kitty now. Plus he's 14, so if he wants to do this at this stage in his life, I'm good with it. It's like letting my dad chain smoke and eat candy when he was dying of cancer in 80. At some point you gotta go, Okay, forgot to say this. Let's get to work. Let me explain what I'm doing. I laid out the basic colors, like I said, for the starfish, which was actually mirrored in pretty much all the other paintings with lilies. I did 5 pointed lilies in the other paintings, the mermaid paintings, and so that they would replicate or mirror starfish, 5 pointed starfish. There's no such thing as a 5 pointed lily as far as I remember, as far as I know. But I wanted to keep the theme of the starfish running throughout all the paintings so they could tie together, one way they could tie together. So I put down the shape of the starfish, I put down similar colors I've used in the lilies or in other paintings. The tans and browns, reds, some purple I've used in the paintings, some peach pink, blues. And so I'm just continuing the theme, continuing the color for the client that's ordered these or asked for these. I put down the basic colors, changed them, reshaped them in some places, then put down little dots in different colors throughout the starfish. This is kind of like a craft painter thing to do, put down the dots and dashes for the little pointy things that are all over them. And then I've been going through and just circling the little dots. This is going to be layer upon layer upon layer upon layer until I get something that I'm comfortable with. That's what I'm working on, and it's oil with mineral spirits. I'm barely using any Neo McGilp at this point because I want to be able to change the colors, change the shapes easily. When I get to the next layer, that's when I'll start using the medium Neo McGilp more. Oh, and along the lines of linear, excuse me, I also went through, and you can see this in different starfish, where the linear idea, I drew dark lines, different blue lines around the starfish. And then I applied the dots even outside the starfish. Then I did the linear thing, again continuing theme, and went around the outside of the starfish. But now I'm kind of covering them. They'll still show, but I'm kind of covering them, and I'm going to use them later. Just the idea, chew of the blues again, but thinner this time. Those were very thick. So blah, 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 let's get to work. So as you can see, this is tedious, and I have to stop every couple of circles on the starfish and clean it. Like now I have to clean it and apply more paint. And it's mainly because I am using, well, I was working on this till late last night or this morning, but it's mainly because I am using mineral spirits and not the Neo McGilt, that now like I've got a blue circle. It's breaking down the paint and going into the paintbrush, and so I'm just reapplying a layer, the layer underneath to the new surface. And in ways I don't mind, it's okay. I feel like I should go figure out where my cat is. Like I said, he's 14 years old. Maybe it's time he did what he wanted to do. I know two things. He'll come home when it rains, and he'll come home when he's hungry. And I don't live on a busy road. It's actually very quiet here. When we were growing up, I had a dog named Duchess, and she was basically my sister. She was brought home right around the time I was born. So we grew up together, and we lived on a very, very busy street on Cape Cod. On Route 28, which is kind of considered almost a highway, I think, or something. I don't know. It's not really a highway. It's just it's a road. One of the main roads, how you get around the Cape. And Duchess would walk us to the bus stop, which was right in front of the house, and she would sit with us, wait for the bus to come. And my mom wasn't there with her. She just did this. She walked us to the bus stop, and then she'd make her way around town. She had rounds. But we also had a cat for quite a while named Nico. And everybody in town knew Nico and Duchess. And Nico, when she was alive, would walk us to the bus stop, which was right in front of our house. And as soon as the bus left, she took off and she made her rounds. And nobody really knew where either pet went, but apparently they went to a nursing home. A nursing home and a couple of other neighbors, and they were pretty far away. Not very far away, but they were they were a couple blocks away. Maybe 3, maybe 4, I don't remember. Anyway, it was a little bit further than we would trust our pets to walk today. But they'd go up. Each of them, they had their own rounds. They would visit the nursing home, they would visit neighbors, and then they would be home just before the buses pulled up. They'd walk us in the house, and they had had their day. And I didn't know that for a long time, but I think that's pretty cool. Most likely my neighbor Brian will be over in a few minutes. If he's seen my cat. Apparently he's done mowing the back lawn. He should be doing the front lawn soon, which is where we caught him before. Or the side lawn. This is really interesting. This starfish, I put down like a grayish layer at first. And then I put the dots down in there in Payne's Gray, which is a really deep, deep blue almost. And then a couple of other different blues. I put down little dotty doodads. And then I framed it with Payne's Gray and like an electric blue, probably I don't know, some type of blue. And now I'm circling the little dotty doodads with a really light, almost radiant blue, the Gamblin Radiant Blue that I talk about. And it's taking on a whole nother dimension, and I can see the dimension better with my glasses off, where I can't see anything. It's blurry, but it's helping my brain to figure out where we're gonna go next, what steps we're gonna take, and I'm really enjoying these colors together. This is pretty cool. Anyway, back to GBH. I can hear they're all done with commercials. I think this blue one is my favorite. That's kind of gross. But we'll figure it out. We always do. That came out really cool. I'm going to try something on that pink one that I can't stand. okay? You smell the bush. No, he was down at my neighbor's house. Okay, this is, GBH is gonna end soon anyway. It's funny, he was standing on the sidewalk. He poked out of Taylor's front yard and was standing on the sidewalk when I caught him. That's 3 houses down, I think, but he was exactly where I thought he would be. He seems pretty content with his little route. Hopefully it'll stay that way. But if it doesn't, I'm not gonna go chasing him. Kitty! Tiger, tiger! Tiger, tigers! Here you come. Oh, there you are! Let me get you a piece of chicken because you came home. What a good kitty. What a good kitty. Yeah, I know. You are so brave. All right, my little friend. Here you go. Come. Good kitty. So good. It's pretty funny. Bugsy was completely untrainable. I loved, I think everyone knows, Bugsy to death. But holy cow, he was completely untrainable. So we just had to figure out a way to make it work. Oh, that's a mess, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess. Now, or again. But we did. We found a way to make it work. But the funny thing is, the cat may be more trainable than Bugsy was. Cat used to drink out of the toilet too. That pink is going to be tough. Yeah, kitty. Now we're going to have a nice big rest, huh? Okay, I've gone from using a little pointy brush. I'm going to try my flat brush. The cool thing is, even though it's a mess, maybe a mess, it's all fixable. One of our rules, where is it? The rules are hanging up over here behind this little piece of foam. The rules, it doesn't matter. It's all fixable, and there are no rules. Those are our rules. So we don't worry about it, we just keep going. Little kitty. Okay, I think I'm gonna let that, I think I'm gonna try, maybe we'll go back to this one and give that one a try. Because actually I can see where, if I turn the canvas, I can make this into something much better than what it is. And at that angle. It's just hideous at that angle. And I'd like to suggest something. The painter Steve Ruttenberg is back in his studio. Not Steve, Brian. Brian Ruttenberg, a New York artist, abstract artist. He's back in his studio and back to making videos. If you want like really good information on art and artists, he's the guy to go to. He knows the history of colors. And he's funny. Oh my God, can he make me laugh? He's so funny. Very sly, not sly in a mean way, subtle humor. He'll slide it in. But he knows his history, and plus he goes to the Metropolitan Museum of Art all the time, and he's lived there forever, so it's pretty exciting. I was glad to see that. I've got another pinky purpley one down here I'm going to try and tackle, just so they're all on the same level, and then when I go back and figure this out, I can go, oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, done. 4. Ugh, I've got another one. How do I have 4 pink starfish? Yeah, Brian can tell you about the history of different colors. Sometimes how they're made. He's really, really neat. And where I'm out here swimming on my own, this guy is like big in New York. He's a big artist, but seems like a really nice guy. So Brian Ruttenberg. I think he has like 74 videos right now. And he has editing, so there's not a lot of lost words. Like with me, lost words and floundering, or too much talking, which we also do. So Brian Ruttenberg. I know that there's a number of people who watch me also watch him, but I was psyched yesterday when I got notification he was back in the studio. Uh-oh. Okay. We have to go check on Kitty. I want to see if he's out front. I thought he might be on the front stoop. He's not. He's probably gone back to Brian's. One of the things I was using as a training tool was giving him a treat every time he came to me when I called. But now I think he's playing me for that treat, which is usually a piece of fresh chicken, freshly cooked chicken. I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. Eventually you'll come along. Like I said in the beginning, this part is really, really tedious. This is at the point in the painting where I'm like, oh God, can it be done already? I'm not going to stop just because I'm bored. ever want to leave anything behind that I'm ashamed of. Well, at least in paintings. Oh, the other thing is, and I don't know if I said it in the last video, I was binge watching Patton Oswalt's book, Silver Screen Fiend. And if you get a chance, read it or, pardon me, listen to it. It is so freaking good. He talks about movies, but he talks about his career, different movie theaters he went to, how they affected him, how the movies affected him. And it was so marvelous to hear the titles of films and movies that I'd completely forgotten about. Oh, God, that's a mess. We'll fix that later, though. Maybe. Or now, because it's awful. It's getting wider and pinker. Sorry, Brian just mowed his lawn. I'm allergic. Oops. Ooh, that's a mess. That's just one big blob. Pink blob. It's like Mary Kay threw up. Figuring that one out. Let's see. What shall we do? I may have to just wipe this down and the other pink ones down and try again, because they're just hideous. Hi! You're back! Little kitty. Yeah. Alright, I can't help. Not working. Hi, little man. Hi, little man. Ooh, and I just found one I forgot about. Off you come. think I may leave the other two alone. They may be salvageable. This one may end up being like a whitish. I don't know. I gotta ignore it. It's driving me nuts. Hi. Oh, so sleepy and hot. Oh. Ugh. I gotta do this. It's just gonna distract the shit out of me if I don't. Having a good day? Are you having a good day? Yeah. Oh, there goes Taylor. Your new buddy. Oh, kitty. Oh, little kitty. What you doing? Nanny nannies. So a friend of mine, a painter friend of mine up north, his name is Mike Caputo. I believe he's in in upstate New York. He was using pre-made canvases like I do. However, I think he took one off the stretchers, and he had trouble with the gesso. I guess when he went to re-stretch it, it cracked. So he's gone back to making his own canvases. Which I would love to be able to do, but with my RSD, I'm too sick. I don't have the strength. Oops, whoops. I miss having homemade canvases. Actually, there's a great place in New York, down in Soho, called Soho Art Supplies, and their canvases are insane. They're so wonderful, and they're no more expensive than using a big box store or buying at a big box store. They're beautiful. I know getting them shipped, I used to get their big boys, or fat boys rather. They had the big fat 3-inch profile, right here. So they ran around $160, $170 a piece, which wasn't bad. But then the shipping was exactly the same. So what I used to do was get in my truck and just drive down and pick them up, drive to New York and pick them up. Those were great though. If you get a chance, I would give them a try. Soho Art Supplies. That is, if they're open now. They weren't the last time I checked, but that was about a month ago. Can't get anything shipped down here all the way to Florida. It'll cost 3 times as much. These blue starfish are coming out pretty cool. Going light to dark using different blues. And as I start to layer, it's going to change the starfish completely. Especially as I start to apply neon gilp. There's another blue one. Ouch! Oh. Oh yeah, so if you get a chance, Patton Oswalt, the name of the book is Silver Screen Fiend. And he has several themes running through it, not just movies, pardon me, and seeing old movies, new movies. He was a real, I don't know what it's called, filmophile? I don't know. He was obsessed. Films were his drug, which I totally get. That was one of his themes, but another one of his themes was artwork. And he talked about Vincent van Gogh in probably the best, I don't know how to put it, he understood, well, he had a pretty good grasp on Vincent van Gogh's state of mind. Some of it is pretty predictable and cursory, whereas, you know, tortured soul kind of stuff, which makes my eyes roll. Because that doesn't really tell you, it doesn't give you a clear understanding of this situation. But he really gives an absolute brilliant description at different points in the book of Vincent van Gogh and how his work actually affected Patton Oswalt. we as artists wouldn't understand, or some of us would, that a lot of Vincent's troubles and his suicide came from really just feeling alone. He didn't have social media, he didn't have community, he had, you know, his mental illness had left him abandoned. It's this vicious circle where his mental illness had people abandon him, but then his mental illness got worse because he was abandoned, and he wanted community. And he tried to build community, and people just kept pushing him away, and his work got better, his work got great, his work changed the world eventually. But people were merciless about their ambivalence. In the art world, rather. But in the towns that he lived in, people were merciless about their passion for hating him and for mocking him, which is just criminal. All right, I'm going to try and tackle this orange one, and then it's break time. As I said in the beginning, this is sheer tedium, drawing these little circles. Kitty, I think it's going to rain again. Oh, Zonko. You can hear the birds. I love having the windows open, the doors open rather. This is such a gift, having the cat be able to go outside and live his whatever kitty life he wants, and have him come back so I don't have to worry. Where's that pink blob? There it is. That's a catbird. At night, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tree frogs that sit out here and croak. It's awesome. blue jay. We've got a couple of hawks that come by. We've got parrots. They're not native to the area. Someone brought some here and then let them free, so that's how we ended up with parrots in Sarasota. In the north end of Sarasota, and I hear somewhere around where I am, there are monkeys. I've never seen them or heard them in any of the parts of Sarasota that I've lived in, but I've had people say, oh yeah, I've seen them. At night, sometimes I'll see otters running around in people's backyards and raccoons. We got one that goes to our neighbor's yard and likes to hang out on their back patio at night. It's really crazy too. Just a truck, honey. Try something on one of these god-awful pink ones. They just get muddy. Hang on. Choose pink. I can hear the thunder coming in. Reasonably faint. No, I'm mad I shit canned the pink blob over there. This ended up being pretty cool. The pink with the peachy orange over the top. Not a big fan of simply adding. I believe part of painting is subtracting, removing things, but in this instance it's working, and it's helping me to figure out a couple of other starfish I was having trouble with. You know, pink, 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 pink blob, which is now nothing but an uninteresting faded space. With my glasses off, that's actually getting more interesting. With my glasses on, it looks like a bunch of washers. You know those round metal pieces? It looks like a bunch of washers, pink and peach. The same with the blues. They're just circles. They're just circles like washers. And my pinky. My little pinky is everywhere. But that's okay, because once we get the starfish up to a certain point, it'll be time to go back into the colors, the larger colors again, reapply, but using more Neo McGilt, so we get that really nice glow that we love. Well, we as in me. I'm trying too hard now. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to go back to that one, blah, 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 red. Ugh. That was another sorry choice, red. But people like red. People like red. And I've seen photos, excuse me, of red starfish, so. Red, pink, peach, blue. Colors I didn't know starfish came in. It isn't looking too bad. Okay, I'm really getting sick of this, and I gotta be careful, because I got that feeling where I'm starting to really derail with these starfish, plus they're wet. So I think it might be a good idea to put this to the side in a minute, pull out my little mermaid where I've messed up her face and trying to fix it. And yeah, just not touch this for a little bit, because this takes a certain frame of mind. And I'm really too present with the painting. I'm really too present with what I'm doing. I think what I need is, when I turn the camera off, put on Breaking Bad, I'll keep myself separated from the painting, and then my mind will be able to work better. I don't know how to put it. I've explained it before, where like if I'm distracted, if I distract myself, and I know many people that do this, if they distract themselves, the work just flows. And so I'm not distracting myself with this, I'm distracting myself with this, which is making me obsess over this in a not comfortable way. So I think we're gonna put this to the side. Yeah. And looking at it in another part of the room, this poor girl. Looking at it in another part of the room, let's see if we can make her interesting. There. Looking at it in another part of the room, what I may need to do actually is take out, maybe even take out the pink starfish and make them plainer, like make them more like that blob that I erased. Because I don't want too many little things. We need the constant contrast. So why don't we do this? Oh, this poor girl. The stuff she's been through. I actually had to lower her hair, lower her eyes and eyebrows. This is what I was working on this morning. Lowered her eyes, lowered her hair, lowered her eyebrows, lowered her chin a little bit. Because once again, I went back to the reference material. I had it all off. She just kept feeling not righter and not righter. So I've kind of been reconfiguring her, and then I realized I lightened this shadow too much. That's an easy fix. That's a really easy fix. But this head, and I was fighting with her eyes and the colors, so I just wiped her down and started all over. Yeah, that can't be. It's the same blue. It's almost the same tone as the sky. So we're gonna fix that. But we're gonna take a break. How long have we been at this? Oh, we've been at this for over an hour. So 140, maybe 115, so maybe an hour and a half, I'm not really sure. Anywho, we're gonna take a short break. There's my sign. We're gonna take a short break. How about if I do that? Oh, and the reminder, sorry, I have to do the help myself to survive portion of this. We're gonna take a short break in a sec, but in the meantime, if you'd like to help support Studio 120, me, the cat, our house, you can go on Patreon, Beck Lane on Patreon, Beck Lane, Studio 120 on Patreon, and give monthly support. Support starts at $5 a month, $10 a month, $15, $20, $20. It goes all the way up to 3-month paintings where you can purchase, 3-month payments where you can purchase a painting. And I've got a couple different sizes that we can choose from, payments that we can choose from, or prices rather, that we can choose from. The other thing, we've also got masks. no, sorry, on Patreon we have mugs, posters, stickers, monthly support can buy interaction, like, one-on-one mentoring, one-on-one chats, that kind of thing, all the way up to, like I said, the paintings. So that's on Patreon. You can also go on Beck Lane Scooters and, oh me, oh my. You can also go on Facebook and look up Beck Lane Gaiters and Masks. Beck Lane Gaiters and Masks on Facebook. And I've got all different designs up there. But if you have a painting of mine that you like that you don't see up there, you let me know and we can work it out. The artwork is not only available as gaiter, a neck gaiter, which is this. This is little ginkgo. This is a gaiter. They're not only available as gaiters and masks, but also posters. So if you just want a poster and you just want to pay for it outright and not worry about 3 months worth of payments, go on Beck Lane Gaiters and Masks on Facebook and we can figure it out. Contact me too. Also, if you'd like to leave one-time tips, because I'm really entertaining and charming, especially when I'm drawing little circles and obsessing over my cat who has disappeared again, you can go on Cash App, and leave a one-time payment. And my username on Cash App is Beck, B-E-C-K, 2583. Beck, B2583. Or go on PayPal. And on PayPal, my username is becklane@ymail.com. Becklane@ymail.com. Ready? It's like Yahoo, but without the ahoo part. Becklane@ymail.com. And those links are on under every video that's posted, or I think it is. Another thing that you can do is if you are interested in a painting and ordering a commission or whatever, you want to see what we have available, what's available in the portfolio, you can give Jay at Blue Egg Interiors a call. Jay at Blue Egg, B-L-U Egg. He's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and he'd be happy to talk to you. Or Chasen Gallery in Sarasota. You can get a hold of them by calling them at the phone numbers listed, or Facebook or Instagram. Okay, taking a break now. I'm gonna go wash my hands and then we'll come back and work on her face, okay? Yeah, all the information I listed, Patreon, Facebook, all that stuff is listed on pretty much every video down below, especially the more recent ones, as well as, oh my God, the towel I was using is sour. Time to do laundry. But all of that information is listed on, especially all the newer videos down below, as well as contact information for both the galleries. All right. Taking a short break. I'm gonna go find out what the kitty's up to. Kitty. Meow. Okay, my break is over. I'm gonna get back to work on her. First, I'm going to find a podcast to listen to. Hopefully separate myself a little bit. But it doesn't seem to be happening right now today. So we're just going to see what we get done. I'm expecting to be on for another hour, hour and a half, but we'll just see what happens. Let me find something about serial killers to listen to, and then off we go. Oh, and kitty update while I'm waiting. He's staying on the sidewalk, and he just keeps going back between Mike's house, Brian's house, and this house. It's really funny. Come on. No, that's not long enough.
A word of warning. This podcast explores graphic and disturbing stories and includes strong language. It therefore may be unsuitable for our young listeners or other people who may find it disturbing. Hello and welcome to True Crime Daily, the podcast, bringing you high-profile and under-the-radar cases from across the country every week. Today,
There we go. Okay, I'm going to move this down just a little bit so you can kind of follow along with whatever I do here. And you get to see my lack of bum. Good for you. Let's see. There. Yeah. Okay, she looks weird in the camera now. She looks a little clownish. So I'm gonna focus on that. This is like when I use my mirror. She looks angry. You're being angry. Hi, you're back. What a day you're having. See something. cross-eyed. Okay, I think we've been at this for about 45, 50 minutes. And that's where we've gotten. So I really reconstructed the face, as I said earlier, wiped her down, reconstructed her, and so we've been repainting her. She looks a lot different in the mirror image that I'm seeing than she does from my angle. But I think what I'm gonna do, I know I'm 45 minutes earlier than I said I would cut off, but I think I gotta go eat some lunch, figure out where my cat is again. Oops. God, it keeps, sky gets dark and then the sun comes out again. It's fabulous. Anyway, I think I better go figure out where my kitty is, somewhere in the neighborhood. I better have some lunch, and then I think I need quiet time to really focus on this and the starfish, the abstract floral. So I think we're going to end it now. But let's go through my spiel of stuff. I'm Beck Lane. This is Studio 120, and oh, let me do this first. Studio 120 is, and the studio mate in another state is just an artist working in their studio with you side by side, whether you're in your studio or you just like watching an artist paint for whatever reason, or you've never been in an art studio before. If you have any questions, put them below in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as I see whatever comments they are. If you have any questions about a commission, ordering a commission, or pricing on any of the work we have available, if you'd like to see what the portfolio of work is available, I've got 2 big galleries you can call or contact through Facebook or Instagram. Blue Egg, BLU, Egg Interiors Gallery, 508-680-6218, 508-680-6218. The owner's name is Jay. He's really terrific, really nice guy to work with. He's more than happy to answer any questions and set up any payment plans. Here in town, I have a gallery called Chasen. When I was writing out my little sign, because I'm a professional, I forgot the N, so I put it in black. Excuse me. Chasen Galleries here in Sarasota. Their phone number is 941-260-5787. 941-260-5787. But like I said, you can contact them through Instagram or Facebook. And that's Mark and Andrew. Honest to God, nobody minds you asking questions. We really don't. Especially if you haven't purchased artwork before or bought artwork on a payment plan. You don't know what's available. We're more than happy to answer any questions, no obligation, okay? All right, I want you to know that. Now, if you'd like to help Studio 120 maintain Studio 120, help keep help me keep my little live workspace, keep the lights on, help improve the equipment, the experience, maybe one day getting equipment for editing so you don't have to listen to me talk so much. You can go on Patreon, supply monthly support through Patreon, Beck Lane on Patreon. Monthly support starts at $5, $10, $20, $15. It goes all the way up to paintings, one-on-one studio sessions, that kind of a thing. You can also go on go to Facebook, Beck Lane Gaiters and Masks. Beck Lane Gaiters and Masks, where I'm selling, I have gaiters. They're being printed up by another company. These are brilliant. Gaiters are neck, they cover your face and your neck. You can fold them in half like I do. So they just cover your face. They make great scarves too, by the way. Lightweight material, really washable. The images don't come off. But go on Facebook, look up Beck Lane Gaiters and Masks. You can also find me on Instagram, Pinterest, all those other places. But anyway, those are 2 ways you can help out Studio 120. Help me to buy new light bulbs, since I just broke 2 $20 light bulbs in my new lighting things. Did that the other day. I got new lighting equipment and I already broke the light bulbs. By the way, thank you, James, for the lighting equipment. You can also supply one-time tips through Cash App. If you go on Cash App, put in Beck 2583, Beck 2583, free, and you can just send me a one-time tip. $5 helps me to buy paint. $10 helps me to buy more paint. $20 helps me to buy even more paint, which I'm running out of again. So if you'd like to supply a one-time tip, Cash App or PayPal. And my username on PayPal is becklane@ymail.com. Becklane@ymail.com. It's like Yahoo, but without the Ahoo part. Becklane@ymail.com. All right, ready? Let's do the Patreon. Oh, crap. Patreon jingle, then we'll go get something to eat, okay? Ready? Patreon jingle. And this was made for Punky, my little four-legged friend in North Carolina. Ready? Patreon. Hashtag cats. Meow, meow, meow. All right, everybody, have a good afternoon, good evening, whatever. And if you have any questions, again, put them below in the comment section. Everything I talked about at the end, there'll be links below the video once it's been posted. Don't forget to subscribe. I think I've hit everything. Every point there is. Yep. Okay, let's find the little off button. God, I'm starving. I think I'm out of pickles, though. Pickles. All right, ciao. Ciao. Ready? Boink.